Hello everyone, the Chart Guys have been working on an introductory technical analysis course for quite some time now, and after surveying hundreds of traders with what would be the most sought after information regarding technical analysis, we came up with this course, When to Enter and Exit. It covers over 5 hours of the basics on when to enter and exit, and we feel after watching this course it will help build a foundation of technical analysis knowledge which will eliminate a lot of the uncertainty in the world of trading stocks. So the course outline, we go over the psychology of trading, establishing a game plan, the different indicators we use to signal a bullish and bearish entry, how to recognize support and resistance levels, poor entries, where traders make mistakes, exit targets, how do you know where to sell your trade, where to place stop losses, that's very important, minimizing losses is what keeps you in the game long term, my personal preparations, how I go about getting ready for each trading day, and then piecing it all together, utilizing all the information we just learned and how to apply that in the real world for making successful, profitable trades. As a bonus, we also include a lot of information on finding entries and exits utilizing patterns, and you can find these patterns on every time frame on pretty much any stock and commodity trading, and certainly being able to recognize those patterns can give you an edge as well. So we hope you will check this out. Again, it's an introductory level course. So if you are new to technical analysis and trying to get a firm grasp on things and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, then this course is for you. I hope you check it out. Appreciate you watching. Checking in on gold and the dollar, let's start with the dollar. And this was a perfect bull flag setup on the hourly time frame heading into this morning. We had a break, but we had to factor in that because we had seen 7 green hours in a row, consolidation was likely, so we pulled back within that channel and then saw a higher high break. So the bulls are clearly breaking bullish from this inside candlestick. New uptrend support line with that higher low that we can watch. I want to tighten that up a little bit. And we've got a resistance here, the high of 103.27. We're close to breaking that level, and then we're looking at the high of this move, 103.56. And I always like looking at things on different time frames because if you don't like how drawn out this bull flag is, all you need to do is look at it on the 4-hour time frame, and it's a completely different look, but it's clearly a bull flag after a strong move to the upside. So now we're getting that bullish break, and of course, that bullish break means bad news for gold, which has a double top at 1142.17 and 20. So clear resistance there. Again, we're looking back at this resistance, the high of the bounce attempt in the 1144s. If we break that level, there's not a ton of resistance up here because of how quickly we did see that drop. So we could see a nice another $5 to the upside if we get over 1144.55. We do have a higher low pattern on the hourly, but the channel that we saw trading today was pretty clear with that double top I just mentioned, and then the support down here, 1136.90, 1136.70, 1136.68. So a clear support line, clear resistance line in that channel, and the bullish break of the dollar would have us looking for some potential further downside, especially if we break this uptrend line. Another thing is checking in on silver. Silver has made a much more bearish break of that consolidation and short-term bounce than gold has. So that might be an indication of what gold is going to do. You can see silver was trading sideways and it had that bear break about a dozen hours ago, whereas gold has not had that clear of a bear break yet. So looking at the different time frames here, let's check back in on the daily for gold. We have not seen 2 green days in a row since this dump started. So here we do have our first 2 green candlesticks in a row since this dump started, but obviously they're very weak at this point, and as we know, we have now seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bear flags in a row of just little short-term bounces before continuation to the downside, and this is a very clear, another one of those bear flags unless we see a clear bull break. And again, the 10-day moving average resistance has now rejected the price a half a dozen times in the past 3 weeks. That level continues to drop, and it is right down here at the 1151 level, and that's going to keep drop every day that goes by. So essentially need to get above 1150 to turn this 10-day moving average resistance into support and see some kind of real bounce form here, which obviously has not happened since this pullback has started. 1125 is the must-hold support, that psychological level, which we are currently bouncing off of, but all of the momentum still favors the bears of gold and these precious metals and the bulls of the dollar. Now, if we see the dollar reject and form a lower high on this attempt, if we see them unable to get above 103.27 or even 103.56, then we'll be looking at the potential for the dollar to, or I should say for gold, to form a higher low and then break above 1144.48. So that's all a lot of speculating. At this point, the dollar made a bull break of the bull flag, and gold is lagging behind a little bit. I would have personally expected gold to be a little bit weaker on the hourly, just looking at what the dollar has done on the hourly. So still holding up, a couple clear support levels to be watching, and we'll see if the bulls are able to turn that 10-day moving average resistance into support this week, which would show a potential turnaround. Looking at the miners, as we know, the bull miners are in a lot of trouble, and they are really struggling at these lower Bollinger Band resistances. The high of Friday and the high of today, both rejecting from that level, 436 on JNUG. If we can't get over these lower Bollinger Band resistances, we're just going to keep driving to the downside. And 597 here on NUGT, so we did close above it for NUGT. Again, one step ahead of the game compared to JNUG. Inside candlestick on the daily time frame to watch tomorrow. A gap to fill at 690. JNUG's gap to fill is up at 535. Inside candlestick for JNUG as well. And we look at these bear miners where the clear indication once we got the Fed bear break on gold was to be looking at these names. It looks like a bull flag. It looks like normal healthy consolidation after a breakout. Nice and controlled, decreasing bear volume. And JDST, similar, even more bullish, less consolidation. Look at the bear volume compared to the bull volume. Inside candlestick on JDST to be watching. So all the momentum still favors the bears. Bulls have proving to do. I keep saying to members now, it's my theme this week. When you're in a very clear downtrend and we're seeing time and time again rejections, it's up to the bulls to prove to us that they are turning the trend around. We cannot give them any benefit of the doubt. We cannot say, oh, well, they're due for a bounce now, and it looks like we're finally getting our first 2 green days. I'm keeping my same criteria, the 10-day moving average resistance, before I'm bullish gold on the daily time frame, even if it is short term. So the bulls need to prove it to me. I'm not giving them any benefit of the doubt or any credit. I need to see that strength, and I need to see that 10-day moving average resistance become support. So I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in tomorrow to see how the rest of the week is going to be playing out. Keep your eye on that dollar. Very close to continuation for the bulls.